firm determination that whatever rules and regulations has been given, I'll strictly follow that. Whatever devotional service, whatever practices in devotional service is there, I'll strictly follow. Whatever Srila Prabhupada has given to us, like chanting the holy name, waking up early in the morning. Why double sound? So I'll follow everything. So that is known as Nishchayad. Determination, Nishchayad, Dhairyat. I will have tolerance. The tolerance is very much important. In devotional service especially, a lot of difficulties may come so that one may, it is like a Maya's test to stop devotional service. But still, I will have tolerance for everything. Utsaha, Nishaya, Dhairya, Tat Karma Pravartana. I will perform all the activities, keeping Lord in the center. Tat Karma Pravartana. Then comes Sato Vritte, Sangatyagat, Sato Vritte, Sangatyagat. I will give up the association of material-minded people and I will take up the association of the saintly people. So in this way, the 6 aspects will enhance our devotional service. It's very much important. The 6 aspects will enhance our devotional service. So the purport Prabhupada started with Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, where it is said, Anya Vilashita Shunyam Jnana Karmadhyana Vritam Anukulyena Krishna Anushilanam Bhakti Uttama. So what is Uttama Bhakti? Anya Vilashita Shunyam. Having no other desire except for the desire of serving Krishna. Anya Vilashita Shunyam. Jnana Karmadhyana Vritam. Giving up all the mental speculations, giving up all the fruitive activities, Jnana Karmadhyana Vritam. Anukulyena Krishna. Anukulyena refers to, in the favorable mood, I will serve Krishna. Anushilanam, following the footprints of our previous acharyas. So Prahlad Maharaj verse has been put, this 9 process of devotion service is very, very important. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu, Smaranam Pada Sevanam, Archanam Vandanam Dasyam, Sakhyam Atma Nivedanam. So Shravanam, always hearing about Krishna. Shravanam, Kirtanam, singing the glories of Krishna. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, remembering Lord, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, serving Lord, Archanam, worshipping Lord, Vandanam, paying obeisances to Lord, Dasyam, again, understanding that we are servants of Lord, Sakhyam, we are friends, we can go at the level of friendship also with Lord. And then Atmani Vedanam, completely giving everything to Lord, Tan, Man, Dhan, everything to Lord. So there is a process. That verse also has been put. Till where we are done, I think we finished this also. Tadviti pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadakshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshana. To know about Lord, there is a process. One has to surrender to the spiritual master, serve him, and inquire unto the absolute truth. And getting the spiritual master is also fortune. Brahmana Brahmite Kona Bhakyavana Jiva. Guru Krishna Prasad Pai Bhakti Lata Bija. Brahmanda Brahmite Kona. In Brahmanas, there are so many jivas who are wandering. Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhakyavana Jiva. It's only a fortune which is required. Bhakyavan Jiva. Guru Krishna Prasad Pai Bhakti Lata Bija. It's only by Guru's mercy and one gets the seed of devotional service. Guru is attained by the mercy of Krishna and Krishna is attained by the mercy of Guru. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado, yasya prasadat nagati kutopi. It's not so easy to get Guru. Guru Krishna prasad paye bhakti lata bija. When you say prasada, prasada means mercy of Lord. So till here we have done. I think we have to do from 30th page. One should accept this opportunity to return home from that paragraph. Okay, Palash, read. Read from that paragraph. One should accept this opportunity. Fast, fast. Or somebody is ready with the book.
I'll read, Mataji.
Then start. Don't waste time.
One should accept his opportunity to return back home, back to Godhead, very enthusiastically. Without enthusiasm, one cannot be successful. Even in the material world, one has to be very enthusiastic in his particular field of activity in order to become successful. A student, businessman, artist, or anyone else who wants success in his line must be enthusiastic. Similarly, one has to be very enthusiastic in devotional service. Enthusiasm means action, but action for whom? The answer is that one should always act for Krishna. Krishna, Krishna Ratha Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. In all phases of life, one has to perform devotional activities under the direction of spiritual master in order to attain the perfection in Bhakti Yoga. It is not that one has to confine or narrow one's activities. Krishna is all pervading, therefore, nothing is independent of Krishna, as Krishna himself states in Bhagavad Gita 9.4. Maya tatyam idam sarvam jagad avakyam murtina mat sthani sarva bhutani na chaham tesava
Avasthita.
avasthita. Avasthita. By me, in my unmanifested form, the entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. Under the direction of a bona fide spiritual master, one has to make everything favorable for Krishna's service. For example, at present, we are using a dictaphone. The materialistic who invented this phone intends it for businessmen or writers of mundane subject matters. He certainly never thought of using the dictaphone in the God service. But we are using this dictaphone to write Krishna's consciousness literature. Of course, the manufacturer of the dictaphone is wholly within the energy of Krishna. All the parts of the instrument, including the electronic functions, are made from different combinations and interactions of 5 basic types of material energy, namely Bhumi, Jala, Vayu, Agni, Akasha. The inventor, using his brain to make this complicated machine, and his brain as well as the ingredients were supplied by Krishna. According to the statement of Krishna, Mata
Masthani sarvabhutani.
Thanati Sarva Bhutani. Everything is depending on my energy. Thus, the devotees can understand that since nothing is independent of Krishna's energy, everything should be dovetailed in his service.
Okay. Stop. So, maya tatam idam sarvam jagadavyaktyamurti namasthani sarvabhutani nachaham teshavastita. Maya tatam idam sarvam. Everything emanates from me. Everything pervades in me. Maya tatam idam sarvam. Everything pervades in me. Jagada avyakta murti. Though I am present in the unmanifested form, everything rests on me. Masthani sarvabhutani. Masthani. So, all beings are in me. Masthani sarvabhutani. Everything is in me. But I am not there in them. How to understand this? It's a very complicated thing. Everything is in me, but I am not in them. It is like you draw a big circles, okay? And you have small, small circles. In our childhood, we have studied this. Small, small circles. What is that? You say small circles are the subset of the big circle, right? But when you say what is a big circle is not there in the small circle. But small circles are there in the big circle. So everything rests on me. I am not there in anything. You understood now? To understand it, this is the only logic we can understand. Or it's very difficult to understand this concept. All the things are in me. Lord is like a big circle. Everything is in me. I am not there in anything. You know, it required for me at least 6 months to understand this. I was just thinking how to understand. Because understanding is okay. But then how to teach also? So somebody asked, Mataji, how to understand? Then I have to teach also. How to teach? First I have to learn. So this was the correct logic with I thought. So that is small circle, big circle. Because we used to draw in mathematics, we used to draw big circles, small circles within that subsets. So this is what we should understand. Big circle is never there. Our Lord is not there in anything. At the same time, everything was on Lord. Okay. Jai Shri, read from there.
Hare Krishna. According to the statement of Krishna, Matsani Sarva Bhutani, everything is depending on my energy. Thus, the devotee can understand that since nothing is independent of Krishna's energy, everything should be devoted in his service. Endeavor executed with intelligence in Krishna consciousness is called utsaha or enthusiasm. The devotees find the correct means by which everything can be utilized in the service of the Lord. Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhe Yuktam Vairagyam Uchyate. The execution of devotional service is not a matter of idle meditation, but practical action in the foreground of spiritual life. These activities must be executed with patience. One should not be impatient in Krishna consciousness. Indeed, this Krishna consciousness movement was started single-handedly, and in the beginning there was no response. But because we continued to execute our devotional activities with patience, people gradually began to understand the importance of this movement, and now they are eagerly participating. One should not be impatient in discharging devotional service, but should take instructions from the spiritual master and execute them with patience, depending on the mercy of Guru and Krishna. The successful execution of Krishna conscious activities requires both patience and confidence. A newly married girl naturally expects offspring from her husband, but she cannot expect to have them immediately after marriage. Of course, as soon as she is married, she can attempt to get a child, but she must surrender to her husband, confident that her child will develop and be born in due time. Similarly, in devotional service, surrender means that one has to become confident. The devotee thinks, Avashya Reksibe Krishna. Krishna will surely protect me and give me help for the successful execution of devotional service. This is called confidence. As already explained, one should not be idle, but should be very enthusiastic about executing the regulative principle, Tattat Karma Pravartana. Neglect the regulative principles will destroy devotional service. In this Krishna consciousness movement, there are four basic regulative principles: forbidding illicit sex, meat eating, gambling, and intoxication. A devotee must be very enthusiastic about following these principles. If he becomes slack and following any of them, his progress will certainly be checked. Srila Rupa Goswami therefore recommends Tattat Karma Pravartanat. One must strictly follow the regulative principles of Ved Bhakti. In addition to these four prohibitions, Yama, there are positive regulative principles, Niyama, such as the daily chanting of 16 rounds on Japa Mala beads. These regulative activities must be faithfully performed with enthusiasm. This is called Tattat Karma Pravartana, or varied engagement in devotional service.
Okay. Tattat Karma Pravartana. That means following the rules and regulations according to the scriptural injunctions. So four things have been given: no meat eating, no intoxication, no illicit sex, no gambling. This is very much important. These four are known as niyama. Yam niyama. Rules have to be followed. Niyama means regulations has to be followed. Yam niyama. Then wait. Yam niyam. Then only you can sit for asana. Keep. Others. You keep checking. Yam niyam. Okay, yam niyam. Then you can sit for asana. Asana means chanting. For in Ashtanga Yoga, asana refers to you have to do pranayam. For that you have to sit in asana. In Ashtanga Yoga, when you compare with the Bhakti Yoga, even for sitting for chanting, you have to follow rules and regulations. If without rules and regulations, then that will become very dangerous because we cannot concentrate in devotional service. So tat tat karma pravartana. Tat tat for him, perform devotional service. Tat tat karma pravartana. Patience. One should have a lot of tolerance. Prabhupada gives example of a married woman. She not jump up and down and say, first day itself, I want the child. No, she has to wait, she has to serve the husband, she has to make herself attractive to the husband. This is very much important. And then only she'll get the child. Immediately she cannot jump. So all these things has been given. Further, Bolo Kareem.
Furthermore, in order to be successful in devotional service, one must give up the association of undesirable people. This includes karmis, jnanis, yogis, and other non-devotees. Once, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asked by one of his householder devotees about the general principles of Vaishnavism, as well as the general routine activities of the Vaishnava. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately replied, Asat Sangatyaga, a Vaishnava Achara. Characteristically, a Vaishnava is one who gives up the association of worldly people or non-devotees. Srila Narottam Das Thakur has therefore recommended Tandera Charana Sevi Bhakta Senavasa. One has to live in the company of pure devotees and execute the regulative principles laid down by the previous acharyas, the six Goswamis, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatan Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, and Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami. If one lives in the association of devotees, there is little chance of associating with non devotees. The International Society for Krishna Consciousness is opening many centers just to invite people to live in the company of devotees and practice the regulative principles of spiritual life. Devotional service means transcendental activities. On the transcendental platform, there is no contamination by the three modes of material nature. This is called Vishuddha Sattva, the platform of pure goodness or goodness free from contamination by the qualities of passion and ignorance. In this Krishna consciousness movement, we require everyone to rise early in the morning by 4 a.m. and attend Mangala Aarti or morning worship, then read Srimad Bhagavatam, perform Kirtan, and so forth. Thus, we hold continuous activities and devotional service 24 hours daily. This is called Satovritti or following in the footsteps of the previous acharyas who expertly filled every moment of time with Krishna conscious activities. If one strictly follows the advice given in this verse by Srila Rupa Goswami, namely being enthusiastic, being confident, being patient, giving up the association of unwanted persons, following the regulative principles, and remaining in the association of devotees, one is sure to advance in devotional service. In this regard, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur remarks that the cultivation of knowledge by philosophical speculation, the collection of mundane opulence by the advancement of fruitive activities, and the desire for yoga siddhis, material perfections, are all contrary to the principles of devotional service. One has to become thoroughly callous of such
Callous.
non-permanent
Callous
activities
to those
and
such.
turn
Callous means remaining unaffected. One should not care. You see the right meaning in the Google, callous. Somebody open and see the meaning. Nirvedam, that is generally known as Nirvedam, unaffected.
Mataji, it says showing or having an insensitive or cruel disregard for others.
Insensitive, not caring. Okay.
callous to such non-permanent activities and turn his intention instead to the regulative principles of devotional service.
Okay, wait. So Rupa Goswami's first line, Anya Vilashita, second line, Jnana Karma Dhyanavrita. Don't pay so much of attention for speculative knowledge and fruitive activities. This fruitive activities contains karma kanda principles also. If you do this, you get this benefit, that benefit. If you see in Bhagavad Gita, there's a word nirvedam. Now for you, the homework is there. Those who have done last year, Bhagavad Gita. In second chapter, it is there. Remain indifferent to whatever you have heard. A person who walks through this dense forest, which is that verse, find out in the second chapter, this thing. The second chapter, third chapter, I will not say that. You find out where it is. He becomes indifferent to whatever he has heard. So that is it meaning. Now, according to Bhagavad Gita, Yan Shasara Bhutanam, Tasyam Jagrati Sayyami, Yasyam Jagrati Bhutani, Sa Nisha Pashyato Muni. To the subjects, Yan Nisha Sarvabhutani. Wherever, whenever, whatever is the night for all the living entities, that is the day for the self-control, time of awakening. Whatever is night, that is the time of awakening. Devotees wake up by 4:30. You say, I don't wake up. Then don't call yourself devotee. Simple. Very hard to hear, isn't it? If you cannot wake up by morning, then what is the use? If I wake up by 11, 11:20, 11:30, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, then don't call yourself devotee. If you're a devotee, then you should wake up. In the Brahma Muhurta, try to wake up. Try to wake up. Ask Lord, oh Lord, please show mercy on me, so that I can wake up in the Brahma Muhurta like a child. It's a very nice time. I saw an old lady. I was really wondering how 80, I think she was 82 years, 82, 83, staying alone in Vrindavan. Very smart lady, very smart. She looks also very beautiful. Young, old, you can say young lady, but she is actually an old person. Old lady, looks looking very young. She wakes up at 2:30 in the morning. She does all her yoga, everything. So perfect. And she goes for 4:15 Mangalarti at Prabhupada's Samadhi every day. 82, I think she's crossed 82, 83. What a dynamic personality. I was really getting inspired after seeing her. Generally, in this age, 80 and all, people will lie down. She cooked for us and kept everything. Alone she stays. Very rich lady. Alone she stays. Her son is also very rich. They call, please come and stay, Mama. She says, let me drag how much I can in Vrindavan. If I am not able to do alone, then I'll come. She has one servant. She comes and stays at night. Just takes her to the temple. That much. All work she does. Can you imagine? This is what is devotional service, devotional practices has got so much of energy. We become tired very fast. That is because our mind speaks a lot. Body never becomes tired. Understand it very nicely. Body can do a lot of activity. We become tired by thinking a lot. Try to think about Krishna. Try to think how best I can serve Krishna. Then one will always remain young. Tukaram says, Lahanpani Deva Deva. Mala Lahanpani Deva Deva. Let me get always a youth. Let me always be a small child before you, Krishna. That means let me always be dependent on you. So, what is the subject of awakening? What is the subject for the self-realized soul? For that, material-minded people are not interested. The subject of the material-minded people are disinterested by they don't show interest by the self-realized souls. Okay, from here, ISKCON Vapi. What is ISKCON Vapi? Mataji, read. Actually, you change your name to ISKCON Vapi. Read. Saji Mataji, read. Unable to open then. Aruna Mishra, Priyanka Mishra, read.
Hare Krishna Mataji. What is night for all being in the time of awakening for the self controlled, and the time of awakening for a being is meant for the introspective sake. Engagement in the devotional service is the Lord, is the life and the soul of the living entity. It is the desired goal and supreme perfection of human life. One has to become. Just a minute. Mhm. Just a minute, Mataji. Just go. Mhm.
What happened?
Mataji, my PDF has gone. Just a. Mm.
Okay, someone else read. You can read. Mana.
One has to become confident about this, and one also has to be confident that all activities other than devotional service, such as mental speculation, fruitive work, or mystic endeavor, will never yield any enduring benefit. Complete confidence in the path of devotional service will enable one to attain his desired goal, but attempting to follow other paths will only succeed in making one restless. In the seventh canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated, one must be calmly convinced that those who have given up devotional service to engage in severe austerities for other purposes are not purified in their minds, despite their advanced austerities, because they have no information of the transcendental loving service of the Lord. It is further said in the seventh canto, although mental speculators and fruitive actors may perform great austerities and penances, they still fall down because they do not have information about the lotus feet of the Lord. The devotees of the Lord, however, never fall down. In Bhagavad Gita 9.31, the Supreme Personality of Godhead assures Arjuna, कौन्तेय कौन्तेय प्रतिजन्ति ना नामे भक्त प्र, प्र, pranasayati. O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. Again in Bhagavad Gita 2.40, Krishna says, Niya Niya Habikrama Nasoti Pratyavo na Vidyayate Swalpa Appa Asya Dharmasya Tretaya Mahato Bhayat. In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from most dangerous type of fear. Devotional service is so pure and perfect that once having begun, one is forcibly dragged to ultimate success. Sometimes a person will give up his ordinary material engagements and, out of sentiment, take shelter of the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord and thus begin the preliminary execution of devotional service. Even if such an immature devotee falls down, there is no loss on his part. On the other hand, what is the gain of one who executes the prescribed duties according to his varna and but does not take to devotional service? Although a fallen devotee may take his next birth in a low family, his devotional service will nonetheless resume from where it is left off. Devotional service is ahotikya aprahita. It is not the effect of any mundane cause, nor can it be terminated by any mundane cause or permanently curtailed by any material interruption. Therefore, a devotee should be confident about his engagement and should not be very interested in the activities of karmis, jananis, and yogis. There, there are certainly many good qualities among fruitive actors. Philosophical speculation.
Wait. नेहा विक्रमनाशोस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते स्वल्पमप्य सधर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्. Very important verse. Even if a small thing is done, that is never wasted. One that is carried forward. Neha vikramanashosti. Na iha, in this endeavor of performing devotional service, there is no loss. There's no loss. Swalpam apyasa. Even if a person has done small thing, that is carried forward. Trayate mahato bhavat. We can come out of the greatest fear. And what is the greatest fear? Of losing the chance of getting a human life. Because There are so many species, 84 lakh species. One should not fall in that. Again, getting a human life is very important. That is why devotional service will ensure us to get a human life and continue performing devotional service. That has been given. And then Krishna said this to Arjuna, you declare, Kauntaya Pratijaniti Name Bhakta Pranashyati. You declare to the whole world that my devotees will never perish. At one time, Krishna may go away from his words, but Krishna makes it a point to fulfill the words of devotees. That is the power of devotees' words. This has been given. Name Bhakta Pranashyati. My devotees will never perish. So devotional service is never a loss. Somebody asked me, why you all are chanting so much? What if you don't meet Krishna at the time of quitting the body? Prabhupada said, what if you meet Lord at the time of quitting the body? And he asks you what you have done in your lifetime. What answer will you give? At least we are not in loss, because we are not in loss. Lord says, next lifetime you are going to continue. But what about you? So this is very important. Okay. Yes. Mayur Prabhu, can you please read?
There are certainly many good qualities among fruitive actors, philosophical speculators, and mystic yogis, but all good qualities automatically develop in the character of a devotee. No extraneous endeavor is needed. As confirmed by Srimad Bhagavatam 5.18.12, all the good qualities of the demigods manifest progressively in one who has developed pure devotional service. Because the devotee is not interested in any material activity, he does not become materially contaminated. He is immediately situated on the platform of transcendental life. However, one who engages in mundane activity, be he a so-called jnani, yogi, karmi, philanthropist, nationalist, or whatever, cannot attain the higher stage of Mahatma. He remains a Duratma or cripple-minded person. According to Bhagavad Gita 9.13, Mahatmanas parth दैवीं प्रकृतिम अश्रितः दैवीं प्रकृतिम
Atmanastamam partha daivim prakritimashitah bhajanyam manaso gyatva bhutadim avyayam. So who is a Mahatma? Atmanastu mam partha. So who is a Mahatma? Who is always under the daivim prakritim ashitah. Who is always in the protection of Daivi Shakti. Daivim prakritim. Srimati Radharani. Bhajanyam manaso. How is his bhajan? With ananyaha manasa, unalloyed, undeviated, unmotivated devotional service. Gyatva bhutadim avyayam. Then only he can understand my real nature. Okay. Continue.
O son of Pratap, those who are not deluded, the great souls, are under the protection of divine nature. They are fully engaged in devotional service because they know they know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, original and inexhaustible. Since all the devotees of the Lord are under the protection of His supreme potency, they should not deviate from the path of devotional service and take to the path of the karmi, jnani, or yogi. This is called Ushan, Ushan,
Saha Nishtaya Dhirya. You have to memorize all these verses. Saha Nishtaya
Dhirya, Tat Tat Karma,
Karma Pravartanat.
Pravartana. Enthusiastically executing the regulatory activities of devotional service with patience and confidence. In this way, one can advance in devotional service without hindrance. Hare Krishna.
What's the time now? Okay, let us take fourth verse. How to enhance our love for the devotees? What type of dealings we should do so that our relationship with the devotees enhance? As in, Lord loves if you love devotees. fight with the devotees, hatred for the devotees, so much of enviousness to the devotees. You think Lord loves? In many of the temples, there's always a fight between the devotees. I don't know why they come to the temple. In the material world also we fight. When you come to the temple also we fight. Material world also we are envious. In the temple we come, there also we show enviousness. In material world we are always proud. In temple also we come, instead of being humble, we always show our pride. What is the purpose of coming to the temple actually? We should ask for ourselves. For what reason we are coming to the temple? Because Prabhupada says, I made a big hospital where I can cure all the mental people, mad people. So our madness lies in our pride. Madness lies in our enviousness. We get very angry, isn't it? Sometimes we don't get honor. Oh, मुझे नहीं मिला, मुझे अभिषेक करने को नहीं मिला, मुझे किसी ने नहीं पूछा, चलो भागो यहाँ से. Isn't it? So much. We give some donation and we expect so much of man samman. Amanina, manadena, kirtaniya, sadahari, every day we are chanting, but still, it's not amanina. It is like you should give me man, I will not give man to others. And in this way, we just fight. Then we should ask for ourselves, for what reason we have come here. If we really want to show pride, we have the world to go. Go show pride, fight with people. Why select only temple and spoil Prabhupada's name for no reason? That is the only reason people say, we don't want to come to Islam. Why? Because in temple also you come and fight. What is the use? Show enviousness, find faults. So this is the most important verse, how to enhance relationship with devotees. If we enhance relationship with devotees, love devotees, understand devotees are the only family of yours. Your so-called family is nonsense. It's only a nonsense, nothing else. And no sense. Nonsense means no sense. They will only drag you in material life. If they are devotees, no problem. If they are material-minded people, then your so-called families are only a waste of time. The real family are the family of devotees. Cultivate love towards the devotees. How to cultivate? How to love devotees? How you love your sister? How you love your brother? How you love your parents? How you show your love? By giving something. When they come, you have an anxiety. Oh, my sister is coming, my brother is coming. Immediately what you do? You immediately start thinking, what my brother will like to eat, what my sister will like to eat. Okay, what best gift I can give for her. Even if we go to our relative's house, we feel, oh, what best I should take for them. Isn't same love we show to devotees then? How nice it will be. The temple itself becomes Vaikuntha. So try to make temple as a Vaikuntha, not as a wrestling place. No, it is not Akhada Bhumi. No? You fight with each other, you shout at each other, show faces with each other. So my first Shiksha Guru, from whom I first took instruction, was from Gopinath temple. So he told me one thing. We were told in the general class, like when you enter the temple, enter with folded hands and a nice smile in the face, saying Hare Krishna to everyone. Paramahamsa. Don't come with a frowning face. Frowning face, a very dangerous face. Give a nice smile to everyone. Folded hands, say Hare Krishna to everyone. It's very important. It's very important when you enter the temple. And love every devotee. Love to serve every devotee. And that is how you can enhance your relationship with the devotee. Dadati pratigunahati bhuyamakhyati prichhati bhunte bhojyate chaiva shadvidam priti lakshanam. This is a priti lakshanam. Dadati pratigunahati. Give some charity to the devotees. When you say charity to whom? Not that somebody is asking charity for running their house. You cannot do that. When in the temple, there are authorities of the temple. You have to give charity. Giving charity. Dadati, giving charity. Pratigunhati. Should give also, you should accept also. So accepting charity, again, this is at the higher level only. Not the common level, you cannot give and you cannot accept. You can bring some gift, not money transactions. Always remember, money transactions between the devotees are very harmful. Only when authorized under the care of your Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru, it is permitted. Suppose somebody is very poor and they need money. They should come to the temple because that should not become a general practice. So if it is really required, then if you are permitted, then it is okay. So you can buy some gift and bring for some devotees whom you have nice interaction. You can accept also. Like sometimes people go to Vrindavan and get some japmalas. Sometimes kanti malas. Okay. Guhyam akhyati puchati. Guhyam means there are certain some guhyam, confidential topics which you can discuss among confidential devotees. Like when you, how to deal with the devotees, like when you, this confidential topics, you can deal only with a superior devotee. Like there are some confidential topics, there are certain things we cannot tell to everyone. We will only tell to some confidential devotees whom we trust. And then that is for some purpose again. It is not for publication. It is for some purpose. Confidential topics are not for publication. Understand it very nice. And that doesn't remain confidential topics. Confidential topics can be asked to inquire with a superior. So that is told. Kuya makyati picture. Bhumte bhojate. Some devotee calls you for prasadam. You should go. You can also call some devotees for prasadam. It's a nice way of interaction. Like devotees come to the temple, you should ask them, you should feed them nice prasadam. You can sometimes call them to your house also. But don't have so much of intimate relationship where you'll end up in fighting. Don't be on the materialistic platform again. It's also very dangerous because material mind will not go. So it is better have a very nice relationship on the spiritual platform, not on the material platform. Oh, I called her, I gave her armrest, she called me, she gave me stupid bananas. You cannot fight like that, isn't it? Sometimes it goes. You may laugh at me, but it happens. Because material mind will not easily go away. That is why ye meri behan hai. Starting everything becomes behan. Afterwards, the same person becomes your enemy. Don't try to have any material relationship. You can feed the devotees. Sometimes they will call you. You feed the devotees. No problem. Like this time we went to Vrindavan. We stayed in the Mataji's house. Once for all, everything is nice. But if you make it a practice, always going, and they will feel, what is this? This person is taking undue advantage of me. It should not be too much also. You should know how to draw a line in everything. Okay, these are the 6 dealings. Sometimes you can tell some, like you face some problem in devotional service, then you can discuss. Generally, you should discuss with those who have solution. That is always better. To discuss with those who have solution. How to enhance in devotional service. Guhyam akhyati puchati. Akhyati means speaking. Puchati. Akhyati means hearing. Puchati means speaking. Inquiry. Okay. So Pushpa Mataji read the verse and Aruna read the translation.
Hare Krishna. Dadati pratigrehnati guhyam akhyati prachati bhukte bhojayate chaiva satvidham priti lakshanam. Offering gifts in charity, accepting charitable gifts, revealing one's mind in confidence, inquiring confidentially, accepting prasad and offering prasada are the 6 symptoms of love shared by one devotee and another. In this verse,
Let Aruna read. One
Hare Krishna
Aruna,
Mataji,
Jambavati Mataji, second.
Mataji, Hare Krishna. I'm on listening mode, so will not be able to read Mataji.
Okay. Jambavati Mataji, you read. Jambavati. Okay. Saurabh Prabhu, can you read?
Yes, Mataji.
Read two paragraphs, and then you stop.
I have to start with in this verse, right?
Yeah.
In this verse, Srila Rupa Goswami explains how to perform devotional activities in the association of other devotees. There are 6 kinds of activities: giving charity to the devotees, accepting from the devotees whatever they may offer in return, opening one's mind to the devotees, inquiring from them about the confidential service of the Lord, honoring prasad or spiritual food given by the devotees, and feeding the devotee with prasad. An experienced devotee explains, and an inexperienced devotee learns from him. This is Guhyam Akhyati Prachati. When a devotee distributes prasad, remnants of food offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is in order to maintain our spirit of devotional service. We must accept this prasad as the Lord's grace received through the pure devotees. We should also invite pure devotees to our home, offer them prasad, and be prepared to please them in all respects. This is called Bhunkte Bhojayate Chaiva. Even in ordinary social activities, the 6 types of dealings between 2 loving friends are absolutely necessary. For instance, when one businessman wishes to contact another businessman, he arranges a feast in a hotel, and over the feast, he openly expresses what he wishes to do. He then inquires from his business friend how he should act, and sometimes presents are exchanged. Thus, whenever there is a dealing of preeti or love in intimate dealings, these 6 activities are executed. In the previous verse, Srila Rupa Goswami advised that one should renounce worldly association and keep company with the devotees. Sangha Tyaga Sato Vritte. The International Society for Krishna Consciousness has been established to facilitate these 6 kinds of loving exchanges between devotees. This society was started single-handedly, but because people are coming forward and dealing with the give and take policy, the society is now expanding all over the world. We are glad that people are donating very liberally to the development of the society's activities, and people are also eagerly accepting whatever humble contribution we are giving them in the shape of books and magazines, dealing strictly with the subject matter of Krishna consciousness. We sometimes hold Hare Krishna festivals and invite life members and friends to participate in the feasting by accepting prasad. Although most of our members come from the higher rungs of society, they nonetheless come and take whatever little prasad we are able to offer them. Sometimes the members and supporters inquire very confidentially about the method of performing devotional service, and we try to explain this. In this way, our society is successfully spreading all over the world, and the intelligentsia of all countries is gradually appreciating our Krishna conscious activities. The life of the Krishna conscious society is nourished by these 6 types of loving exchange among the members. Therefore, people must be given the chance to associate with the devotees of ISKCON, because simply by reciprocating in the 6 ways mentioned above, an ordinary man can fully revive his dormant Krishna consciousness. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is stated, Sangha Sanjayate Kama. One's desires and ambitions develop according to the company one keeps. It is often said that a man is known by his company, and if an ordinary man associates with devotees, he will certainly develop his dormant Krishna consciousness. The understanding of Krishna consciousness is innate in every living entity, and it is already developed to some extent when the living entity takes a human body.
So understanding of Krishna consciousness is innate in every living entity has Krishna consciousness. So it is developed to some extent, takes a human being. That is the purpose of human being. Human body has special intelligence. And with that special intelligence, one can understand Krishna consciousness more nicely. Okay. Any questions you can ask? So try to memorize all the verses and complete this on Monday. Okay. So 4 verses first memorize. Saturday, Sunday you have time. Sit and memorize the verses. Starting.